Welcome back to another edition of EAA, and you guys might notice that I've been a little absent from YouTube. I haven't been posting as much. In the last video, if you watched the last video, I did talk about some changes were coming, some things were happening. Good changes, obviously. So for the past week, my wife and I have been out in the state of Tennessee. We've never been out there. We flew out there, and quite honestly, we're looking at relocating. We've been talking about getting out of California now for quite a little while, 2-3 years or what have you, and my wife is getting closer to retirement. I'm basically semi-retired, so I can go anytime. So this is not going to happen anytime really soon. My wife's still got about another 5 years before she retires, but we're starting to make plans. We're planning ahead. So we went out to Tennessee, spent a week, got to know the area, spent some time around Knoxville, that type of thing, and really enjoyed it. And we spent a lot of time looking at properties, and we actually found a property that we did put an offer on. The offer was accepted, so pending a couple of things that still have to happen, obviously financing, appraisals, inspections, things like that. We may own some property here in Tennessee really soon, and we're very excited about it. We're looking forward to it. So starting to make kind of plans more long-term as far as that goes. So I am selling off 1/3 of my collection. That is not clickbait. I have 18 cars currently. 6 are going to go on the chopping block. Reason being is obviously I could use some money for the down payment and closing costs and expenses for that property back there. And so the other reason is that when the time does come to move, I don't want to move all 18 cars. I think I've got it down to about 12 vehicles that I want to hold on to that I'm comfortable moving. I think I can move those in like 2 trucks, so I can make a good deal with the transport to get them back there. So that's the plan. Of course, things can change in 5 years. So anyway, our plan is to go ahead and we're going to buy this property, and then we're going to rent the property out until we're ready to move back there, so someone can take care of the property and we can get a little positive cash flow from that. So yeah, onward and upward to the real reason I'm here is to talk about the vehicles that I have for sale. And the first vehicle being this one. This is my 2003 Corvette Z06. This car, actually I know a little bit of the history on this car. A buddy of mine owned this car for several years, and then he sold it to a buddy of his in Washington who had it for a couple of years and didn't drive it. I bought it off him. I've owned it now for about a year, maybe a little less. This car is very clean. Everything works on it. It has 38,000 original miles. It's very stock with the exception of a catback exhaust system. It's been lowered on stock bolts. I did tint the windows, did put an upgraded sound system in it, but I do have the stock stereo for it, and I am asking $24,000 for this car. It's super clean. It is super clean. The only thing it's got going against it, and it's not really against it, is that it does have a branded title. It is a lemon law buyback. Apparently when this car was new, there was a situation in the differential. I don't know if it was making some noises or whatever, but GM ended up buying it back. They fixed the car, and it's been fine ever since. No problems, no issues at all. And I mean, that's been like 18 years ago, so don't hold that against it. The car's great. The car does exactly what it's supposed to do, and actually it's probably my favorite out of all the C5 Z06s I've owned. I would say this is my favorite, but it is one that has to go. Another vehicle that I am reluctantly letting go, but I know it's for the best, is my 1991 GMC Cyclone. I've had a lot of people ask me about this vehicle, a lot of people that said that they wanted to buy it. Of course, proof's in the pudding when you actually put it up for sale and see if they come through with the cash. But this thing has 88,000 original miles on it. It is super clean. As you can see, it has aftermarket wheels and tires. I do have the stock wheels and tires at the other shop. They're in okay shape, but they would need to be polished out, kind of buffed out a little bit, but they're in good shape as far as that goes. This vehicle is completely stock. Again, tinted the windows, upgraded the sound system. I do have the stock stereo for it. But this truck, everything works on it. AC blows cold. It is a nice driving truck. I'm very reluctant to get rid of it, but I only made 3,000 of them, but something's got to go in this one. I think is the best one, or one of the best ones to go, so it is included in the 6. I want $30,000 for this truck, and I think it's well worth it. The market on these things are just going crazy, and I think it's definitely investment grade. It's a good investment for someone, so if you're interested, $30,000. Okay, this is a vehicle that I've been talking about selling for a while, and I haven't really gotten serious about it until now. But this is a 1995 Buick Roadmaster estate wagon. It does have the LT1 in it. It's got almost 81,000 original miles. Everything works in this car. Just had new tires put on it, new brakes, front end suspension work, alignment done. This car, it's great. It is absolutely great. Great driving car. It could use a few cosmetics. It's got like a trim piece here on the back door that is missing that would need to be replaced. The grille would probably need to be replaced. It's not bad, but it's been repaired. You can look back at my other videos on this car and see what I'm talking about. I would probably paint the front and rear bumper and color match that, and then just this like these trim pieces right here could be rewrapped with the wood grain to make it perfect. One just sold on Bring a Trailer not that long ago for $24,000, and it had, you know, a little less miles. It was a little cleaner, all stock and everything like that, but not much. I want $12,000 for this car. I think that is well bought at that price. These cars are coming up. They're not making any more of them. They're rare. If you're a wagon guy like I am and a hot rod guy, this is kind of like the ultimate daily driver type thing. I was actually considering keeping this and daily driving it, but I kind of started thinking about it, and if I were to sell my daily driver, I would end up taking all the money from that and putting into this, because I would have plans for this car to make it my ultimate daily driver, and it just doesn't make financial sense right now. So this one is for sale. Again, $12,000, really super clean car. If you're interested, hit me up. Okay, this one I'm a little reluctant to let go of. Actually, these last two I'm kind of reluctant to let go of, but again, cars have to go. Sacrifices have to be made. I'm willing to do that. So this is my 1957 Volkswagen Bug. You see, it's been pancaked. It's definitely been modified. It's not a full frame right now. Extended wheelbase. That is because this thing has a 406 small block. It's producing about 530 horsepower. This thing's just a little over 2,000 pounds. And turbo 400 transmission, 456 rear gears. This thing is very quick. It is definitely a little rocket, and it's an experience to drive. Beautiful paint. I just love the way this thing was built, and the guy that built it did such a good job. But you know, things happen, and I've just got to let it go. So if anyone is interested, I want $25,000 for this vehicle. You couldn't build it for that. This thing is just, it's badass. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It is badass. So it is for sale if anybody is interested. Okay, the other one that I'm really struggling with, but I know it needs to happen, is this car. This is a 1967, or I should say replica of a 67 Shelby Cobra 427. It is a 427 under the hood. It is a 4-speed manual transmission. Disc brakes on all 4 corners. You know, it's a no frills type of car. It's not a high horsepower car. I think it's right around 300 horsepower, right in that range or whatever, but it is a lightweight car. It's about 2,500 pounds. It is a blast to drive. It is a blast to cruise along in. I've had this car about 7 or 8 years now, and I just think with the British green, the white stripe, it is just a beautiful car. It has less than 8,000 miles since it was built. I just put new tires on the car, and it is a lot of fun. It is a great cruiser. It is geared as such that you can cruise down the freeway 75, 80 miles an hour all day long and still have plenty of room to pass. And it is just a great car. I want $45,000 for this car. I have all the paperwork on it. I have the history on this car. I know I'm the 3rd owner on this car. I can tell you all about this car. It has been local ever since it was made, and it was made by a company back in New York back in the 90s. So yeah, it is a great car. I'm going to be very sad to see this one go, but it is for sale right now. Please forgive the drops, the condensation falling on the top of the shop, but we're at my wife's shop right now, and she has given up a vehicle as well. This one is going to go on the chopping block. It is a 1978 AMC Gremlin. It's a 6-cylinder automatic transmission, power steering, power brakes, factory air that does work. We just had the paint done a few years ago, put wheels and tires on it, did the interior, so it's a very nice driving car. It's a very comfortable driving car. It's a good cruising car, gets good gas mileage, and she's really enjoyed it. Reluctantly, because we have had this thing for several years now, and probably about, I don't know, about, I'd say 6 years, maybe 7 years, something like that. We've had it for a while, and but you know, we agreed. I'm gonna let go of 5. She's gonna let go of 1. So this one is on the chopping block. I want $10,000 for this car. I think that's fair. There's not a lot of these around. You have a rough time finding them. It does take a special buyer that wants this car, but you know, when you go to cars and coffees and car shows and stuff like that, as we do with this vehicle, it is the talk of the town. People are always coming up talking to her and asking her questions about it and reminiscing about the ones that they own and everything like that. And I really didn't think we'd get rid of this car, but it is going to end up going. So again, it is for sale, $10,000. Let me know. Okay, 2 honorable mentions. These are vehicles I'm not going to actively advertise for sale, and all the vehicles out there, with the exception of the Corvette is advertised right now. None of the other ones are advertised, so you guys are kind of getting first dibs if you're watching this video. This vehicle, I have my 2021 Mustang GT, Roush Supercharger, wheels and tires lowered, tinted windows, everything like that. Other than that, very stock. And my 2002 Ford Lightning is upgraded a little bit. It's got a few things done to it. I would sell either one of these for the right price. Right price, that means it's firm. Right price for the Lightning is $20,000. Now that truck has 160,000 miles on it, but the motor was replaced at 125,000. Everything works. The stereo's been bumped up a bit. I don't have the stock stereo. I take it back. I was going to say I do, but I don't. So the stereo's been upgraded a little bit. Tinted windows, you know, the normal stuff that I normally do to my vehicles. That one does have a pulley on it and a tune, so it's making a little bit more power. Super fun truck. Really don't want to sell it, but if someone offers me 20, I will take that. This one, it only has less than 2,000 miles on it. Like I said, it's pushing over 700 horsepower, 10-speed automatic. It is more the base version, so it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, it doesn't have leathering like that, but it is a badass car. It goes, it is a lot of fun, and I want 50 for it. I'm not negotiable as far as that goes, so if someone wants to give me my numbers for either one of these, I will let them go. I really don't want to let them go because I figure these are both still very cool cars that I can actually drive. If my daily driver's down, I can hop in either one of these and drive to work or take a trip or do whatever I need to do. So I kind of was going to keep these two and get rid of the other ones. So yeah, that's the case. Now the prices on the other vehicles, I do have a little bit of wiggle room. I can certainly make a package deal if someone's interested in a couple of vehicles, but very serious about this and very serious about downsizing and heading on to the next chapter of our life. So if you guys are interested, if anybody out there is interested, what you can do is you can leave me a comment on this video if you like. Normally I do get notifications on all the comments, or I am going to go ahead and put my email address in the description below, so you can email me, or you can follow me on Instagram and we can chat back and forth on Instagram if you like. So either way, yeah, what you see is what you get. Obviously I can give you more details, give you videos, things like that on any vehicle, and you know, happy to talk to anybody who's interested. So yeah, let me know. So that is the news. That's what's going on. I'm going to end it here. Like I said, let me know if you're interested, and you know, as usual guys, God bless, take care guys, have an awesome day.